Men have become so sensitive, you can't even say a word without them taking it personally. And I'm not just talking about young guys. Even older men have started acting like easily offended teenagers. I've been married to Michael for 12 years. We have 2 kids, a son and a daughter. We've been through so much together, endured so many things that sometimes it felt like we had become one. But recently I started noticing that Michael had become overly sensitive. Maybe it was a midlife crisis manifesting in this way? Time goes by, and of course we aren't getting any younger, but why stress over it? I had gained quite a few extra pounds over the past 5 years, but I just laughed it off and made empty New Year's resolutions to lose weight every year. Michael, on the other hand, had started developing a bald spot on the top of his head just like his father. It wasn't a big deal. No one stays looking like they did at 20 forever. But Michael became obsessed with his hair loss. Every morning he would rush to the mirror, inspecting his reflection, trying different ways to comb his hair to hide the bald spot. He constantly debated whether he should just shave his head, like some actors do. I genuinely thought it didn't make him look bad at all, if anything. It added to his masculine charm. But his insecurity only grew. And then my friend Jessica made things worse. Jessica and I had been friends since high school. We were complete opposites. She was tall, athletic, and bold, while I was more reserved and easygoing. But we had always been drawn to each other, like magnets. She had a sharp, sometimes even harsh sense of humor, but I liked that about her. One day, Jessica stopped by for a visit. We hadn't seen each other in a while, and I was excited to catch up. When she saw Michael coming out of the room, she smirked and made a joke about his bald spot, comparing it to a disco ball reflecting the light. I found it funny and couldn't help but laugh. It was just a joke. But Michael didn't say a word. He just shot her a dark look and disappeared into the bedroom. He didn't come out for the rest of the evening, even when I invited him to join us for tea. After Jessica left, he finally emerged and, with a serious tone, told me he didn't want to see her in our house ever again. I tried to explain that she didn't mean to hurt him, that this was just how she joked. She teased me all the time. Too, she was the kind of friend who would swipe chocolates off my table, telling me I'd be better off without them, but I never took it personally. Michael, however, was firm in his decision, and then he went even further. He said that if I continued seeing Jessica, he would file for divorce. I didn't take it seriously. Divorce? Over a joke? We had 2 kids. A life together. I decided to just let things cool down. A few weeks passed. I started planning my birthday party and, of course, intended to invite Jessica. But the moment I mentioned her name, Michael exploded again. He repeated that she was not welcome in our house and that he was dead serious about the divorce. Then he packed a bag and left to stay at his mother's for the night. At that point, I was completely confused. It had been weeks since that one joke, yet he was still holding a grudge. Michael had never been this way before. The man I married would have come up with a witty comeback to Jessica's joke, and we all would have laughed about it together. Now, I didn't know what to do. Asking Jessica to apologize was pointless. She had no filter, and her apology might just make things worse. But I also wasn't willing to lose a lifelong friend over something so trivial. Jessica had always been there for me. She had never betrayed me, had helped me through tough times, and over the years we had become like sisters. Now, I had to figure out how to talk to Michael and diffuse this ridiculous conflict, because honestly, this was the last thing I needed in my life right now.